Hello, everyone, and welcome once again to my channel. It's your boy Luis Portelles, and for today's video, we are going to be talking about Miss Universe's brand new crown and sash. These were just unveiled a few days ago, and to be honest, I feel like the reaction from the fans has been quite mixed. I've seen a lot of people who love everything about the crown and the sash, and others who are not so convinced. So I guess that the purpose of this video today is really going to be to review both new elements and give you guys my honest opinion about these new changes that are being introduced, which to be honest is kind of expected with a new management and a new owner for the entire organization. So as usual, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button so that it gets recommended to more people. Subscribe to the channel for more videos I post on almost every single day. And last but not least, be part of the conversation, please, in the comment section down below. So I will see you with all of my comments right after the intro. All right, everyone. So I think that the best way to be introduced to the crown itself is really by watching the official introduction that the Miss Universe organization posted on their YouTube channel, giving us pretty much unveiling the brand new crown. So we're going to start by the crown, and then we're going to get a little bit more into the new sash as well. So let's just go ahead and watch the introduction video. Force for Good is the name of the brand new crown. How do you like the name? I was not so sure, honestly.
Forces of possibilities, drivers, actions, positive change, goodness, and a brighter future. The Mouawad Miss Universe Crown 2022 originated with these as its inspiration. Gems are set in rippling wave motifs that reflect the need for any call for change to be repeated across time and to various audiences in order to build the momentum necessary for this change to emerge.
Okay, so I just want to stop there for a second. I want to talk about some of the imagery that is being used here to introduce the crown to the audience. And believe me, I don't think that this is a coincidence because whenever you are unveiling like a brand new anything, especially something as important as symbolic as a crown, you really have to be careful with the things that you showcase because first impressions really, really matter. So of course, I think that here they're going first of all by introducing the colors. We have these images of the oceans and the waves, and something that can be so big and so magnificent yet so wild and something that you cannot really tame. I don't think it's a coincidence. And of course, the color blue very predominant in the crown as well. They're also introducing it with these images of someone actually um, painting, so actually designing the crown itself, and then we're moving on to more of the 3D models and more like the actual conception of what the final product is going to be like. Now, here's the thing. I think that the color blue is all right. I'm not completely crazy about it, and I will tell you guys later on why. I don't want to make this too long, but I think that the color blue is cool. Now, the entire concept that they're going for and the explanation that we're just about to hear, it's where I think that they're stretching it a little bit. But let's hear it from them, and then let's talk about it.
The ultimate goal of change for good is represented by a 45.14 carat royal blue sapphire that stands victorious at the peak of the crown. In contrast, reflecting the point that significant change does not happen in an instant, but only after a sustained effort over time. The base of the crown is set with diamonds, symbolizing the status quo. As the eye moves upward from the base, the color gradient changes from the glistening white of diamonds to the warm blue of sapphires, deepening in intensity towards the pinnacle of the crown, where the deep royal blue color of the ultimate sapphire symbolizes goodness and hope for a brighter future.
Okay, so they're still giving us here elements about, the meaning behind all of it, the brighter future, and, hope for the future, and something that takes a lot of time to be created. And I think that the representation with diamonds and the entire color scheme of like white and blue, and, even here with the photo introducing the crown, we had this image of a wave in the ocean just like going up, and then you have like the white foam in the ocean and then the blue of the sky. So I completely get the storyline, but once again I still feel like the entire conception behind it is still a little bit stretched. Like I almost feel like worst case scenario, don't make it that deep. Like I don't know if it's really that deep. You just like that design, you like this type of crowns. That's perfectly fine. But I think that they're trying to make it overly like complex for something that should be like fairly simple. Now they're going to talk a little bit more about some of the elements that were included within the crown, which I don't really see that much, but I guess that I'll keep that for later because once again, I don't want to sound. I feel like you guys already know how I feel about the crown just before I even say it. But mm, yeah, let's watch this. Okay.
The crown also reminds us that there is seldom change without resistance. Stakeholders with a vested interest in maintaining the status quo will try to prevent change, represented by abstract motifs emulating serpent heads around the base. These are outnumbered and dominated by the rippling waves above, as ultimately the force for good emerges victorious.
The Mouawad Miss Universe Force for Good crown is a work of extraordinary craftsmanship, featuring 110 carats of blue sapphires and 48 carats of white diamonds, in a design that evokes the organization's belief in a future forged by women who push the limits of what's possible and the incredible women from around the world who advocate for positive change.
A new crown for a new era. The Mouawad Miss Universe crown for 2022 carries a powerful message that in change lies the force for good.
Anyways, Cham. Okay, so let's talk about it. I mean, I'll just get straight to it. I don't hate the crown. I think that the crown is beautiful when you look at it, and I'm really sure that this is a very expensive crown. I think that the price they quoted were like $6 million for this crown, approximately. So I'm definitely not complaining about that. And Mawad was actually the creator of the previous Miss Universe crown as well. So we know that they are really good at what they do, the craftsmanship, the quality of the final product. I'm not questioning any of those things. For me, I really feel like whenever we are introducing a brand new crown, we should be stepping into like we should be improving. We shouldn't be going backwards. And for me, to be honest, this is a little bit of a step backwards. I prefer the current crown that Harnaz was crowned with. I think that that crown at least is a little bit more cohesive, instead of this one that aims to have like a really deep and profound message. But to me personally, it just kind of falls short of that. One of the reasons, I mean, you guys were just seeing, they were talking about these like abstract figures representing snakes, and at the same time, they're talking about the ocean. So in my mind, it's like a lot of information that doesn't necessarily goes together. Like, why are we talking about snakes when at the same time we are representing kind of like the ocean and the diamond coming out of the ocean with the waves, and it's like I don't know. I just feel a little bit disconnected to it. But once again, I'm talking about the entire message behind it, not necessarily about the crown itself. I feel like ultimately I will really need to be able to see someone wearing the crown, someone actually being crowned in it. And at that point, I guess that most of us will be able to make up our minds and decide on how we like it or not. I think that the previous crown was not necessarily the most loved Miss Universe crown ever. So, maybe we should just give this one a chance. But already going in based on first impressions, I'm not necessarily crazy about it. Another one of the reasons why I wanted to bring this up is actually I think that the color blue is not something necessarily like super special, and I really like it when crowns have their very own identity. I even like it when organizations have their very own identity. For me, when I think of blue, automatically my mind goes to Miss World. Of course, that's like their trademark. It's been like that for many years. So I don't think that organizations should be kind of like stepping on each other's feet, just to each their own. It also makes me think a little bit of the previous and even also a little bit the current supranational crown. This is the old one. This is not the one that they introduced here for La Lela this year. And the reason you might be wondering, Luis, why did you put the Miss Globe crown in there? If you look at actually at the bottom part of the Miss Globe crown, it just kind of reminds me a little bit of the bottom part of the Miss Universe one as well. And believe me, I'm not really crazy about the Miss Globe crown. So, yeah, right off the bat, quite frankly, mixed emotions about the entire thing. But as we said, sometimes we just gotta give them a chance. And I know that the organization is trying to come up with a very elaborate, deep, profound, meaningful message. For me, it's a little bit too forced. But, we're recognizing that this is a very expensive crown, that this is a very, elaborate. I'm sure that it took a lot of time to design, to create. And of course, whoever gets to wear this crown is going to be a very, very, very lucky lady. So, yes, by all means, go ahead and let me know in the comment section how do you feel about the brand new Miss Universe crown. Force for good? Does it make sense to you? Do you think it's a step in the right direction? Or do you think that they could have done better? Anyways, now I just want to move on to the next topic. Actually, I'm just going to change the layout of my screen. So I wanted to talk about, of course, the brand new sash that was introduced by the Miss Universe organization. Lots of changes. And as I said, you guys, it's just kind of to be expected because Miss Universe has not only a new owner, but it's based in a whole new country. Lots of things are going to change. And just based on the fact that Anne paid $20 million for the organization, you know what? I would also change a bunch of things if I was paying that price. So can we really blame her? I mean, personally, I don't. Now, just want to highlight some of the things here about the Miss Universe sash that was just introduced. So this is supposed to be Miss Universe's very first sustainable sash. What this means is that it's made from 100% post-consumer recycled materials with ethically produced rhinestones. Of course, we remember, I mean, in terms of design, in all fairness, is very close to the current sash that Miss Universe has. We have here some changes in the font that was used for the letters, which, in my opinion, is a step in the right direction because the current letters that they use for the Miss Universe sash kind of reminds me to, like in America, they have like the soccer teams, the football teams, and they use the same font. So it feels like almost like sports when I look at the current sash of Miss Universe. I also really like the fact that they added the star of the Miss Universe logo within the between Miss and Universe. I think that just makes it look so polished and so refined. And in terms of color, we still get the gray. Doesn't really change anything in terms of how the sash looked. And we still get the rhinestones. So pretty much they're just doing everything a little bit more ethical and sustainable, eco-friendly, I guess is the word, which takes me to talk about, how a lot of these pageants seem to be gravitating towards, clear and eco-friendly advocacies. One of the reasons why I believe that Miss Earth is always going to be relevant, not just because of the pageant or whatever they do, but actually because of what they stand for. It seems like most of the organizations, even the big four pageants, are being inspired by what Miss Earth has been doing for almost over 20 years now, more than 20 years. Anyways, you get the point. So yeah, let me know, how do you feel about the sash? Personally, if I have to go back and talk about the sash and the new crown, I will, in all fairness, I will say I really like the sash. I like the concept, the message behind it. When it comes to the crown, I have mixed feelings about it, but I'm not upset about it. I just guess that, I don't know, deep down, I feel like they could have done better. But anyways, that's just me. Please, you guys go ahead and let me know, how do you feel about the entire thing. I will be reading you in the comment section down below. And don't forget, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and yeah, stay tuned for more videos like this one. If you have any suggestions, requests, let me know as well in the comment section, and I will be reading all of you. Until then, please stay safe, take care. I love you, and I'll see you on the next one.